Have you ever felt trapped by the word should? Maybe you think you should get perfect grades, excel at every sport, or always be happy. These should statements are like demanding voices in our heads, telling us how to think, feel, and behave. Imagine a student named Sarah. She's struggling to balance her coursework, part-time job, and social life. Every time she sits down to study, she hears a chorus of shoulds. I should be studying more, she tells herself. I should be more organized. I shouldn't be so stressed. These thoughts, while common, can be incredibly damaging. They set unrealistic expectations and lead to feelings of guilt, anxiety, and inadequacy. We all experience these thoughts from time to time. But when we believe them, they hold us back from reaching our full potential. The truth is, striving for perfection is a recipe for misery. We are all human, and humans make mistakes. We have limitations. It's time to challenge those should statements and embrace a healthier, more realistic way of thinking. In cognitive behavioral therapy, we call these unhelpful thought patterns cognitive distortions. They're like distorted maps that lead us to wrong destinations. Should statements are a prime example. They reflect rigid rules we impose on ourselves and others, often stemming from societal expectations or early childhood experiences. Let's break down how these shoulds impact us. They set unrealistic standards. Life is not about being perfect. It's about learning, growing, and experiencing joy along the way. They trigger negative emotions. When we inevitably fall short of our self-imposed shoulds, we feel guilty, ashamed, or anxious. They damage our self-esteem. Constantly berating ourselves for not meeting impossible standards erodes our sense of self-worth. Think of it this way. Would you talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself when you're trapped in should thinking? Probably not. You'd offer compassion, understanding, and support. It's time to extend that same kindness to ourselves. Students in particular are bombarded with shoulds. The pressure to achieve academically, participate in extracurricular activities, maintain a social life, and plan for the future can feel overwhelming. Consider John, a first-year university student. He's always been a high achiever, but university is a whole new ballgame. He feels the weight of expectations from his parents, teachers, and even himself. I should be getting straight A's, he thinks. I should be joining more clubs, and I should be figuring out my entire career path right now. This constant pressure can lead to burnout, anxiety, and even depression. It can also hinder exploration and learning. When we're so focused on what we should be doing, we miss out on opportunities to discover new passions and interests. Remember, there's no one right way to be a student. Everyone learns and thrives differently. It's time to shed those unrealistic expectations and define success on our own terms. Section 4. Unmasking the should machine, why we do it. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Should statements, while unpleasant, are often our brain's way of trying to protect us from potential discomfort or failure. We might tell ourselves, I should be studying more to avoid the anxiety of failing an exam. Or we might think, I should be more outgoing to avoid the discomfort of feeling left out. While these should stem from a desire for self-improvement, they often backfire. The pressure we put on ourselves creates more anxiety, making it even harder to take action. This cycle of negative self-talk can be incredibly difficult to break free from, but understanding its roots is the first step towards change. Section 5. Rewriting the rules from should to could. The good news is that we can retrain our brains to think more flexibly and realistically. Here are some practical tools to help you challenge and replace those unhelpful should thoughts. Identify your shoulds. Start by becoming aware of your should statements. Pay attention to your thoughts and write them down. Challenge the evidence. Ask yourself, what's the evidence for this should? Is it really true, or am I just putting pressure on myself? Reframe with could. Instead of saying I should, try replacing it with I could. For example, I should study more becomes I could study for an hour today. This simple shift in language opens up possibilities and reduces pressure. Practice self-compassion. Talk to yourself as you would a friend. Offer yourself kindness, understanding, and support, especially when you make mistakes. Remember, change takes time and effort. Be patient with yourself as you learn to challenge those ingrained thought patterns. Section 6. Embracing imperfection, the path to freedom. Letting go of the need for perfection is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing our imperfections, learning from our mistakes, and celebrating our progress along the way. Remember Sarah and John? Imagine if they could silence those critical inner voices and replace them with self-compassion and acceptance. Sarah could acknowledge her limitations, prioritize her well-being, and focus on doing her best, one step at a time. John could redefine success on his own terms, explore different paths, and embrace the learning process, even with its inevitable bumps along the way. By challenging our shoulds and embracing our authentic selves, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We free ourselves from the shackles of self-imposed limitations and allow ourselves to truly thrive. The journey starts with a single empowering thought: I am enough, just as I am.